Thank you for allowing me to be here today. My name is Jim Glassman. I lived for more than 10 years in beautiful Falls Village, Connecticut. I don't know if you know it. I think it's the smallest town in the state. I am a member of the board of directors of Making Every Vote Count, and I'm also a Republican. I served as Undersecretary of State in the administration of George W. Bush. But the matter here today is not partisan. It affects us all. In the last election, 102 million Americans who were eligible did not vote. And no wonder. Americans feel left out of the political process. The reason that they feel left out is because, indeed, they are left out. Elections in this country are decided by 8 to 12 states. And a year before the election, we can judge pretty much precisely what the battleground states are going to be. And those are where the money is concentrated, the advertising is concentrated, and the public appearances are concentrated. The purple states generally, on average, have had a 7% higher turnout. If everybody feels like, hey, my vote's going to count, we're going to get much more participation. That's going to be helpful. You have a chance to create a better system, and it's a very logical system. The person who gets the most popular votes nationwide becomes the President of the United States. This is exactly the same system that we use to elect you. I've got enough confidence as a Republican that, gee, if we had an election in which everybody got to participate and everybody's vote counted the same, I think Republicans would actually win an election like that. And certainly it's already been cited earlier that if 60,000 Ohio voters voted for John Kerry instead of George W. Bush, John Kerry would have been president, even though he would have lost by 3 million votes. So people are short-sighted, but the fact is that under the current system, anybody can win, a Republican or a Democrat, and not get the popular vote. And I think that's bad for democracy, because I think everyone in this room believes in his or her gut that the person who gets the most popular votes is the person that we really think we as Americans ought to be president. I think that's what we feel in our guts. So here's what Donald Trump said last November, days after his victory. He said this: I would rather see it where you went with simple votes. You know, you get 100 million votes, somebody gets 90 million votes, and you win. Now, I think that's what we all believe in our hearts. I don't know what President Trump's position is today. It may be different. But what he said, I think, puts it really well. The person who gets the most votes ought to win. Simply electing the president by popular vote doesn't turn you into a pure or radical or mob rule democracy. It continues you on the path of being a representative democracy. I don't think there's anybody who's sitting up here today, the representatives and the senators, who believes that he or she was elected by mob rule. It's not mob rule to elect someone directly, just as we directly elect you. But we as Americans want to be able to choose our representatives, and a president is a representative. And we ought to be able to choose that person based on a majority vote of the people in this country.